And if after a year you haven't gained some serious shoulder mass, come back to this video, take your like back, and swap it for a dislike. You've earned it.
I'm going to write my comment.
But it's probably going to get
Commenting
deleted,
to get deleted.
Mepstagram, and I'm here with
Coach Greg or
Grass. We have a soundboard. We literally have a soundboard. So it's about to get savage in the stew.
Yeah, boy.
And so we're going to get a bit freaky on none other than Jeff Nippard, the science-based lifter and dropout dentista who just released a video, 7 schemes on how to get 3D delts. He's going to tell you that you got to train this way, that if you incorporate these strategies, that you're going to have bowling ball delts, kind of like what Derek used to look like. I'm going to show you how stupid it is, how moronic it is, and Jeff is going to be eating his words because during the video, of which I've already watched, he says in a year from now, you can write a comment, and if I'm wrong, you can come back and delete your comment. And so get the comments ready because in a year, you're going to be leading harder than last time.
Comment deleter.
And in this video, I'm going to show you 7 shoulder training tips for 3D delts. I'd say most of you have tried the first tip before, but I bet less than 1% of you know about the 7th tip.
Did he say just the tip?
I'm here for it.
If you are using just the tip, be sure to use Sweeten Blow for all your bedroom needs. I don't know at what point Mike Isertel is going to make an appearance with, you know, the way his cock looks. All the Russians
The
with
Russian-
the white tank top.
The shape of cock.
The shape of cock.
Hey, your shape of cock.
Why is Jeff wearing the same tank top as Mike Isertel?
Low-key.
It's a little sus. Are they like sharing tank tops? Are they living in each other's basements?
All right, the first tip is to take your traps out.
Why is Jeff breakdancing?
Low-key.
Put the backwards hat on.
It's the, yeah.
That glitcher won't take a picture.
This will force you to keep your shoulders down and sweep the weight out using your side delts rather than shrugging it up using your traps.
And so, yeah, obviously, if you lengthen the lever arm, it's going to get heavier. Think of it. You're lifting the weights like this, and he says, lengthen the arm out and scoop out the dirt. If you stretch your arm out and reach and try to lift it, of course it feels harder. But how is it any different? Use a light weight with a long arm or a heavier weight with a shorter arm. It's going to do the exact same thing to your delt, and so the tip is not needed. The tip is always needed. That's the starting point. If you don't start with the tip, how do you get it all in?
It probably starts to cap out at around 6, maybe 8 sets in a workout. In other words, after you've done 6 to 8 sets for your shoulders in a single workout, doing more than that probably isn't doing much.
And so isn't it ironic that Jeff right now is saying you can't do more than about 6 or 8 sets in a workout, but prior to this, he was saying you needed to do 54 sets in a week. It's funny, like every year, Jeff says science revisited and he changed his mind of how you train. As soon as the sales go down on his program, he has a new program that says this is how you have to train. Meanwhile, all the time I've been saying train harder than last time. And so how do you get bigger delts? Bowling ball shoulders, if you will. You train harder than last time. It's simple. You don't need to buy a program. You don't need to buy a special app. You just go to the gym and train hard.
I think it's this one you're looking for.
Yeah. She knows what I'm looking for. Speaking of hard, if you want to get harder than last time, where it counts, pick this up, code Greg, 15% off. And don't forget to have the Sweeten Blow. Her pleasure.
Comes in handy.
Literally, it comes.
Rather than cramming the volume onto just 1 or 2 days, spread it out across 3 or 4 days.
Did he just say to spread it out?
Yes.
Your shoulders do recover pretty quickly. They almost never get sore. Like, do you remember the last time your shoulders actually got sore?
Yeah, last night on top of Mepstagram. That's the last time. It's been 14 hours.
I almost spit it out.
That's what she said.
Tip 3 is to get a brutally strong shoulder press. For me, that's this machine shoulder press, but it can be any vertical press that you can overload.
I think this is my favorite tip of all. Other than playing just the tip, this tip from Jeff is so moronic and so impossible that it proves he doesn't know what he's talking about.
Okay.
Do you know what the tip's going to be?
No.
I can't wait.
No, I haven't watched the video.
Watch this, guys.
Machine, dumbbell, or barbell. Load it up with a weight that you can do for 5 or 6 reps and add a little weight each week. Stick with that for a year, a full year.
You can add weight.
Put on a weight that's hard for 5 or 6 reps. So for me, it's like 225 pounds. Okay. Every week, I'll add the minimum amount of weight I could add is 5 pounds, like a 2.5 on each side.
Maybe, yeah.
And do that every week for a year. 52 times 5 is 260. It's as heavy as Bradley Martin.
Damn, I'm 260, bro.
And so in a year,
You're going to double.
I'm going to be stronger than Mitchell Hooper, setting world records in shoulder press, if I do what he says.
And if after a year you haven't gained some serious shoulder mass, come back to this video, take your like back, and swap it for a dislike. You've earned it.
I'm going to write my comment.
But it's probably going to get
Commenting to get deleted.
faster than last.
Deleted in a year if Jeff is not already deleting my comments. There, send. So we're doing our dumbbell shoulder presses with the 80s, and each week you add weight. Jeff, I couldn't do that if I added weight each month. You're going to get 52 times stronger in 1 year. It's impossible. And so what would I say? Train harder than last time. Each week, go to the gym and try to train harder. That's it. All of a sudden, we change the game.
That's it. So all of a sudden, that changes the game.
Do you see how stupid it is? I don't think I've able to convey the idiocy, if that's even a word, of what he's saying.
So how would you train harder than last time? Like you just
Every week I would go there and I'd be like, I would think about, I'm just going to explain it.
Oh.
Every week I would think about last week and I'd say, how hard did I train?
Yeah.
And then this week I would try to train harder than that.
How?
How? I would push harder. Last week I pushed this hard. And then this week I pushed.
And so
One more second of hardness.
you get a tiny bit of.
I would try to do 1 more inch higher on the last rep.
Okay,
I would
partial.
pause in the bottom for 1 more second. I would rest 10 seconds less between sets. I would try to do 0.1 of a set more. I would stop after I reach failure and I would do 1 more rep after resting 5 seconds. I would do a drop set. I would have a partner assist me on lifting harder. I would train hard. And not every week will you be able to train harder. Some weeks you're going to go there and you're hungover from visiting your friend Molly. She's such a sweet gal. And you're not energetic enough. And so you train as hard as you can, but it wasn't harder than the last time. But the next week after that, you then train harder than that. And so all the time you go to the gym and you try to train hard. You don't need to buy a program that says to do this many sets and this many reps, and every week you add 5 pounds to your shoulder press. No matter who you are, you're not going to be able to do it. How much could you shoulder press? 30s maybe?
Yeah.
Maybe every coach.
Almost every coach.
Honestly, I barely train shoulders.
If you did 30s this week and next week you do 35s, and the week after 40s, the week after 45s, you're on steroids.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
how are you getting that strong that every week after week? And even with steroids, even with tren, you would be bigger than me and still unable to do the 200-pound dumbbell shoulder presses. It's not possible, Jeff.
This video will have 0 likes in a year.
This video is going to have negative likes in a year. Only thing is, no one is going to bother to go back. No one cares because Jeff said it now. Next year is going to be, oh, I've revisited science and I now know that you can't get stronger every single week for a year. Remember, this is the first draft of his video. This is Solomon's former client and I don't think he proofread over it. And so it's riddled with errors, riddled with mistakes similar to Mike Isertel's thesis. There we go.
As we'll see when we get to tip 6, since you can only add weight to lateral raises for so long, having a strength-focused shoulder press makes sure that you keep progress moving.
Do you think there's a difference between these exercises? Side laterals, you can only get stronger for so long, call it 3 months. Shoulder presses, indefinitely.
It's true. It makes no sense.
It's zero sentido.
Like lateral raises, you hit a plateau, and then shoulder press, you're just like, in 2 years, I'll probably be shoulder pressing 400 pounds. Like if you actually listen to it.
Yeah, like to summarize, Jeff says, don't just exclusively focus on side laterals because you can only progressive overload for so long. But on shoulder press, sky's the limit. Add weight every single week. Side laterals, use the 5s, then the 10s, the 50s. By the time you're at the 40s, you probably can improve. Shoulder press, you can get stronger forever.
I wonder who proofread this video.
It certainly wasn't Solomon.
Jeff Nippard.
Commenting, so in 1 year, someone will remind me if I need to take my leg back.
Exactly.
Greg gonna have a field day with this one.
Kicking field goals.
Hey, it's Solomon Nelson's favorite client. Can we just all agree that Jeff gives really good tips with really good editing? Love your videos, bro.
Did you just say that Jeff gives good just the tip?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
I don't think that we can all agree on this. I certainly disagree.
Gress and his editor just had a pizza party for the movie they're going to make out of this video. Insert Mr. Mike lat spread.
Do you guys know?
I need to tell.
Does
It's
he
like
say
a
loud enough?
PSA, a public service announcement. I had pizza last week. And
She just wants everyone to know.
Just want everyone to know it was a mushroom pizza with chicken. I only had half, but man, it was life-changing, and now I feel like I have a lot of balance.
So essentially, you only ate just the tip.
Yeah, it was like just a tip, but it was very satisfying.
But it was very good.
And I still talk about it.
She does.
For the front delts, when most people do shoulder presses, they go from here to here and back to here. That's a pretty short range of motion.
It's only short range of motion, Jeff, because you're a 5'4" manlet. You're literally sitting on that chair and the shoulder press is up here. Most people, when they sit down here, the shoulder press starts there. Even Coach Gress, 5'6", I go through a full range of motion when doing my shoulder press.
So he should put the seat up?
Absolutely. Mepsigram knows, Jeff, put the seat up. You're just too short.
I'm 5'3", so I get it.
Tip number 4 from Coach Gress. Raise the seat if you're a manlet.
Longer length training really seems to have benefits. These 3 studies showed between 130 and 190% more growth when training at a longer muscle length.
And Jeremy F.A. just disproved all of this. Y'all seen the video, the $40,000 he showed, showing that Jeff Nippard and his science-based lifting was bullshit. Showing that you don't have to do the length in partials. You don't have to do length in anything. That you get equal muscle growth training in the lengthened partials versus the shortened. No difference.
So just because there's a bunch of graphs on the screen doesn't mean that it's true.
Look at this graph!
Look at this graph!
Isolation movements like lateral raises are really hard to overload. If you start with 15s and just add 5 pounds each week, by week 8, you'd be up to 50-pound laterals. That's simply not realistic.
Like, bro thinks you need to add 5 pounds every week to an exercise in order to train harder than last time. Like, it's absolutely mind-boggling that a man in his 30s who's been training for this long, who was a dropout dentista, wouldn't understand how to train harder than last time. You don't have to just progress 5, 10, 15, 20, all the way up to 45 pounds and think that that's the only way to progress.
Progress.
Progress. Gress.
Progress.
Progress for Gress.
Gress was mentioned. So literally, Gress was mentioned in this video.
For your heavy shoulder press, use a simple linear progression. Add 5 or 10 pounds each week at a fixed rep count of 5 or 6 reps.
He just said to add not just 5 pounds each, 5 or 10.
Wild progression.
I mean, is Jeff on so much steroids that it's affected his brain? Why would he say add 5 to 10? Okay, so we're going to train today, and we're going to do whatever you do for shoulder press. Yeah. And every day that we train shoulders, we're going to go up 5 or 10 pounds. And in a week, you're going to fail and be like, why did I get this program?
Yeah.
It's moronic.
No, it's a lot. It's too much.
Jeff.
It's such a scheme.
It's a scheme.
It's like you would think this is like from Scheme Land at Togi.
Yeah. Did he get this from Togi? Like Togi joke video? We got a scheme on how to make money, Jeff. Make an app and just tell everyone to go up by 5 or 10 pounds every week. Trust me, bro. They're going to buy it. Togi's IQ is 79, Jeff. You shouldn't be listening to him.
79!
Every 4 to 8 weeks or so, do a deload week where you drop the weight back a bit and don't go quite as hard.
Oh, and so we go up 5 or 10 pounds a week for, 4 to 8 weeks. Let's call it 6. And so after that, you just take a deload week and you keep going. And it's simple because he bought Jeff's program.
If you get the program, you can do like super physiological fit.
Yeah, I mean, did we not see Solomon prove that Jeff Nippard's application made no sense? His training program was literally impossible. I think it was like do 4 sets of 5 reps with 80% or 85%, whatever it was of his max. And it was like, that's not possible, Jeff. And so again, Jeff creates impossible workouts. And when you do it, you think, oh, it's probably because I didn't eat enough macros. I didn't have ice cream for PRs, which is Jeff Nippard's former channel. Did you know that was Jeff's channel? Ice cream for PRs is the first 3 years of Jeff's training. That's what he thought. You just eat more ice cream and you set more PRs.
I never knew that. I was so young, I didn't.
I know everything about Jeff. It's scary.
For isolation exercises like lateral raises and rear delt flies, that linear progression won't work because you'll quickly max out how much weight you can add.
Oh, and so it doesn't work on side laterals and bent laterals. It only works on shoulder press. Shoulder press, you can get stronger indefinitely.
There's something special about shoulder press.
Something special about the shoulder press. If you push upwards, it's something to do with Newton's law of physics. Gravitational pull, it only works when going straight up and down. And so you can get stronger forever. But on the lateral raises, gravity, it works different in that certain dimension.
Oh, God, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man?
Instead, use something called a double progression.
We're going to learn how to do a double progression now.
Yo.
I mean, is this just the tip?
Ew.
This is tip number 6, guys.
It's like double.
Aren't you glad you tuned in to Jeff Nippard? You know, he makes so much sense. Aren't you so glad he's so concise with his explanations? He couldn't have just said, train harder than last time and go to the gym more often. No. You got to do a double progression and choose the shoulder press and progress indefinitely on that and avoid doing laterals because the lateral raises, you can't get stronger all the time.
The next week, do that same weight, but this time for 11 reps. Then the next week, 12 reps. Once you hit the top end of that rep range, add some weight and go back to 10 reps again.
And so for laterals, unlike the shoulder press, with which you can get stronger forever, laterals is different. You can only go up by 1 rep per week. 1 rep per week. And then after you get to 12, you drop it back down to 10, but you go 5 pounds more, and then you go up again. And then eventually you can't improve anymore. And so all the while you're getting stronger every week on the shoulder press. And so once you can't get stronger anymore, you just get rid of that exercise and you start a new one. Because why would you want to do a perfectly good exercise that's working amazingly well if you can't improve and set a PR every single time? You like setting PRs, right?
Yeah.
We setting PRs on the bike. 700 watts for 5 seconds
So does it
on the
mean-
sprint.
Yeah.
And
I
so
did that.
every time you sprint, if you don't set a PR, you switch sports.
Yeah, that's it.
I mean,
gave up biking.
it's great cardio, but eventually there's going to come a time when you don't set a PR on the bike. And so when that happens,
shouldn't
you
do it.
switch to running.
Yeah.
And every single time you set a PR on the run, and then when you peak out on that, you do another sport. Maybe we could do a cross-country skiing.
Yeah.
And then you keep switching it up because heavens forbid you don't improve every freaking single week. You're a loser. And you know what else you could do? You could just add steroids. If you hit a peak, steroids, SARMs. Jeff, this is moronic. You can't think that everyone is just going to have a PR every single time they go to gym. Every time, hey, the program says, my app, Macro Factor says, I need to do 100 pounds for 11. If I don't get 11, I'm a loser, a failure. I drop the exercise, which is an amazing exercise, and I switch to something else because I always need to set a PR. That's what he's saying. I just said it in a more exciting way to listen to
I
it.
love how when you talk to me super calmly.
I talk to them like this. To you, I use my Coach Greg internal voice.
Thank God. Just a quick question. Is he saying to add a new exercise and
A different exercise.
but like switch it up?
Swap it out.
Like you literally don't
start from a scratch.
You plateaued, and so you remove
You're
that,
done.
and then you just start something new.
Correct.
Rotate in a new exercise and start your progression over. If you were doing dumbbells, switch to cables and run a new double progression there.
Okay, I thought it wasn't like maybe add it.
So if you can't improve your bench press, you stop bench pressing, you do shoulder press. And then when you can't do the shoulder press, you would do like the pec deck. You keep switching, but it's specifically for the shoulders. So if it's cables, you switch from cables to dumbbells, and then you switch from dumbbells like you seated to standing to bent over, whatever, something different. Because eventually you're not going to improve.
But I feel like eventually you're gonna run out of exercises to do it. Like,
Well,
you're
then you probably go back to the original.
jeez.
That's my problem with these people. They think so much. Like Jeff read in a book once that to make progressions, to make gains, it's progressive overload. Everyone knows that. But he's not smart enough to understand that you can progressive overload without just having to go up by 5 pounds or a rep. You can't always progressive overload. In the same way, you can't always set a PR on the bike.
I know.
You can't. You could try every time, and for the first several months, 6 months, newbie gains, you're going to get stronger. Eventually, you don't. You add in steroids, you get stronger every day. Even with steroids, after 3 months or so, you're not making gains every single week. It's like you hit a plateau every time it's going to happen. You can't get stronger forever. And so imagine, I'm 50. Do you really think I'm going to expect to get gains at all?
So you should just give up the gym.
So I should just quit the whole sport of weightlifting weights and do cross-country skiing and water polo. It's not like that. I just go to the freaking gym and I train harder than last time. And that's it.
That's it.
They don't get it though. Like he doesn't encompass it. Like his intelligence is not high enough. I don't know if you need like a 230 EQ to get that. Maybe Mike Isertel gets it with his vast, 160 plus IQ.
And so my IQ is above 160. We don't know how high.
Like, it doesn't have to be that scientific. Like, I swear, do these people go on the gym, these losers with their phones, and it says 200 pounds, 11, and they go there and they do 200 pounds, 11? Like, I don't count reps. I go hard. Some days I might get 12 reps. Some days it's only 7 because I'm just 6'7", 6'7". I don't know how many reps to get. I go as many reps as I can get. And then when I can't get any reps, I either lighten the weight, do a drop set, or I do partial reps. That's how I train all the time. You just go and you train hard. I don't think last week I did 200 for 11, so I need 12. And then once I get to 12, I need to do 10, and I add my weight. And then when I can't get any more reps, I switch exercises. This is freaking moronic.
Like, if I had this program, I would probably be like less excited to go to the gym. Like, honestly, it just like takes away the magic.
This is what happens from people who have they're not alphas. These are basically betas who in school, they listen to everything the teacher said. Mm-hmm. They had no opinion other than whatever the teacher asked them to do, they would do. And so they think that books can teach everything. And so we need a formula. We need a study. We need this. We need that to explain what to do.
You'd be surprised just how much of a difference actually having a planned progression scheme that you actually track and stick to makes over time.
You'll also be surprised how much training harder than last time makes a difference with no tracking whatsoever. I will bet anything my methods work better than Jeff. We've seen Jeff Nippard. We've seen Coach Greg. We've seen Mike Isertel. Who seems to have stuck with it the longest? Who has more stick-to-itiveness?
At the very bottom of the iceberg, we have the 7th tip, which is to target all heads of the delts. This anatomy research took 60 cadavers.
So Jeff is going to say that they cut up some cadavers, some dead bodies. Have you ever looked at a cadaver?
Yeah.
Did you have to dissect the shoulders?
It wasn't the shoulder. It was mostly the head for me.
And so he's going to say, based on science, dead cadavers, you need to train all this kind of ways. Or...
Oh my God, the face.
What do you actually need to do? You just freaking go to the gym and train hard. You don't need to do 7 different exercises for every angle of your freaking shoulder.
And found that instead of the commonly known anterior, lateral, and posterior heads, there are actually 7 intramuscular segments to the deltoid.
What is that going to change?
Into 3 separate tendons. So
how is knowing that there's 7 heads going to change my behavior?
Jeff is going to write a new book on how to properly train the shoulders.
There's 7
because
heads.
There's a cadaver experiment that said there's 7 heads instead of 4.
The middle head has just 1 tendon, and the front head also branches into 3 separate tendons. So each of these 7 segments has a slightly different function.
And I watch this, I'm like, I don't even want to go to the gym anymore.
If you just do shoulder presses, some laterals, some rear delts, trust me, bro, you're making all the gains that you need. Combined with training harder than last time, that's it. Mm-hmm. And if you add in Turk Builder Max and Turk Platinum, now all of a sudden it changes the game. Money back guarantee, and now a $50 gift card. I guess to summarize this video, this is bullshit. It's not gonna work. It's a bunch of science-based bullshit that we all know is bullshit. And so the word of the day, bullshit. You can, a year from now, delete your comment and write unlike, or you can just do it now and not waste your time.
Set your alarms for next year.
Subscribe, click the bell button, comment to boost the algorithm, like the video if you like. Don't forget to watch one of those 2 bloops. And of course, you can get the HLT supplements, the Turk, the GO2 Max, Perry Light, the Blue Lobster, G Focus, G Whiz, G Shred, Jesus, Jesus Christ, Harder, Pre-Pump, Seco Bars, code Seco. 50% off. There's liver support. There's Doucette Premium. There's blood work, multivitamins, platinum protein powders. Have you been to my website ever in your life? There's a clothing line. There's books, cookbooks. You wouldn't believe the shit that's going on there. And there's amazing deals.
Go to hltsubs.com and make Greg a billionaire.
So all I need to do is have Jeff and Mike keep posting so many bullshit videos that are absolutely based on horse shit, and I'm just going to keep calling them out. And until next time, we're out.